Arcadiology, where we dig up your favorite arcade relics. My name is Jordan Carruthers, as it typically is, and I'm joined by my three best friends in the entire world. The Wiggin 3, Mr. Brad Wigand.
What up?
Mr. Sky Wigand.
Hey.
And Miss Kyle Wigand.
It's Mr., but I saw it.
He said, Miss Kyle. Oh, you tried to sneak that in there real quick.
I just wanted to see if you were just still so ready to say your normal thing that you didn't even notice.
I'm ready.
He's always
I
ready.
like how you clarified that you're typically Jordan Carruthers, because it's been proven that sometimes you're Stone Cold Steve Carruthers or Jordan Hogan.
I mean, Hogan. You gotta keep the people on their toes, man. What can I say? You never know who I'm gonna be whenever you sign into Arcadiology, man. You know how it is.
Keep them guessing.
Today I am Jordan Carruthers. Today, maybe not tomorrow. We'll see.
Maybe tomorrow I'll be Jordan Carruthers.
Oh, I like that. Can I be Sky?
We'll see.
Oh, we gotta think about that.
We'll run that. We have to run that through legal.
I mean, somebody has to be. He can't just not exist.
Talk to Gary from legal.
Oh, Gary. I don't like talking to Gary. He's awful. Oh, man. How's everybody doing tonight, boys? It's always fun to talk to you. Kyle, you almost didn't make it tonight. I mean, you made it, but, you were...
drive to your house right now. Hold on, pause this podcast.
Listen, I want everyone out there to know that we were waiting for Kyle for like 20 minutes, okay?
No,
Don't listen to anything he says.
Brad, I'm going to need you to edit and post, and I'm going to need you to post our entire text chain and let the people decide.
I would love that, because it will be so clear and obvious when you should have been ready.
We have to read off each text with each timestamp just to give a point of reference.
That's going to be a Patreon episode. All right, moving on, boys. So, of course, there's other games out there that are not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so everybody tell me, what else have you been playing lately?
Oh, there are other games, and one I've been playing a lot more than anything else lately is Pow World.
I knew that's what it was going to be, yep.
I didn't play our game as much this week because I've been playing that. I still got enough in to talk about Turtles, but typically I play our arcade game a lot more than some other off game, but Power World's really got me sucked in. It's super addicting. Most fun I've had in a game in a while. You guys know about it briefly, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. Yeah, I've definitely heard of it.
It's definitely everywhere.
Yeah, I haven't personally
I haven't
played
really
it.
checked it out.
Not yet.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Me and Eli and Ezra are all playing it. It's something that's pretty simple to play because it's pretty customizable with the settings, so we just kind of pass the controller around and just mess around a bit. But I mean, if you don't look into it, it's like seems to be advertised as Pokemon with guns, but really that's not what it is much at all. I mean, at the base, that's what I thought it was. I thought we were getting like a first-person shooter with like Pokemon-like creatures, but it's more of just like a survival game, survival, crafting, and like you collect the pals, which are basically just Pokemon, and you can like set them up at your base, and they can like build for you and repair stuff and defend your base. It's really fun. Can't stop playing it.
Yeah, there's definitely been some big controversies over the game in a couple of different aspects, but
yeah, dude, some of those Pokemon knockoffs are just ridiculous, man. Just way too obvious and on the nose, man.
Yeah, it's interesting because I did watch a couple of videos. Like, I've seen some gameplay of it to see what it was about, and then I've seen some other people kind of talking about their thoughts on like the legal side of it, and a lot of it seems like they can get away with, but there was one thing that stuck out, which they referenced. There was a different like video game in a different company where this happened before, where they ended up getting into this thing called a squint test. I don't know how true this is, but they said there was a squint test that they had to do, which is exactly what it sounds like. So they took like an image of a game, and they took the image of the game that was supposedly a copycat game, and they put them side by side, and then you literally have to squint your eyes. And then when you squint, if the two pictures are very like almost indistinguishable, then like it fails the squint test, and then it can fall under whatever legal copyright infringement, whatever it happens to be. So that's the only thing with Power World that I've seen. Like, a lot of it is kind of like, it's kind of mucky, but it's like maybe they get away with it. But I would be curious to see if it could pass a squint test.
That sounds funny to me. That's like an official way to legally
Right.
determine if you can rip it off.
You'd have to look more into it. But from what I heard, this is a real thing, and this happened in a different case before.
Wow, you'd have to take the color out of the images though, because you could get away with that pretty easily with a recolor then.
Well, I mean, even some of the recolors, they're like it's the same colors but in different patterns. So it's like
some of them,
they
yeah. I know
colors.
like the Lucario ripoff that they have is like black and yellow or something, but I saw like there was like a Cobalion ripoff that was the exact same shade of like teal, and it was just like, are you serious? Like it could not be any more obvious.
I would love to like see a lawyer like in court just using that test for real for his case. That just seems funny to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, sir, this is definitely the same thing. You ripped it off. We had the proof right here. He's like, all right, let's see your proof. Dude shows a picture. He's like, he holds 2 pictures up. He goes, all right, I want everybody in here to squint right now. What's that look like?
You have to put them side by side, and then they have to go like, well, they look kind of different. And he goes, no, wait a minute. Now squint your eyes.
I'm waiting for the very end of this episode where Kyle says he made this whole thing up.
No, I didn't. I swear to God, I've watched the video. This is the real thing. I don't know like the legitimacy of the squint test, but from the video I watched, he said there was a different case where this company failed the squint test and like they got sued because that's the part they failed.
Wow. Was it Pokemon or was it
It was not Pokemon.
Game?
No, it was a whole different thing.
Yeah, is this a murderer? All right, now squint.
Oh,
is it still a murderer?
Oh my God.
Does it still look like the same guy? I rest my case.
Oh man. Okay.
I've been playing something.
What, you got something else, Kyle?
I'm just saying I've been playing something a little less controversial, which is Enshrouded, which is another survival game that just came out. Unfortunately, it released like right alongside Power World, so Power World kind of like took the you know what I mean, the explosion, and just like I don't know, not a lot of people I think are looking at Enshrouded yet, but I think they will. But I've been playing that, and it's definitely a ton of fun. If you put like, I kind of had to pick because Power World and Enshrouded came out at like the same time. So like just like visually to me, like if I just watch like one video of each of them quickly, my interest leans more towards Enshrouded, the art style of that and how it plays out. But I mean, I can see why there's cases for both and why people would pick one over the other. But I would think if you liked one, you probably liked the other, and you should play them both.
I'm not really into the whole survival aspect of stuff. I don't like that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm going to sell you on Enshrouded right now, because I know that you don't like the survival thing because you don't like the actual surviving, like the having to eat food and like get shelter to stay warm or.
Yeah, that stuff just seems pointless to me.
So Enshrouded there's none of that. There's no needing to be warm or cold or needing to be like thirsty or hungry. None of that's in the game. There is food in the game, but all the food does is like you would kill an animal, cook the meat, and then when you eat the meat, it gives you a buff. It's like a 30-second or 30-minute 5 strength or whatever it is. So all the food and stuff in the game is just strictly for buffs and not for surviving. So you don't actually have to do it.
Is it mainly optional then? You don't have to eat?
No, yeah, you don't have to. I mean, you'll have 5 less strength than I do, but and also if you want to, you just eat it and then it lasts for like an hour. So it's like your whole game time is you eat one piece of meat and then move on.
That doesn't seem so bad then. It's not like relying on
it. Yeah,
it
it's not like annoying.
All right, Sky, what survival game have you been playing?
Oh, I mean, I've been surviving in the same game as last time. It's called Darz's Dominion. Like I think I told you guys about it before. It's pretty much a Realm of the Mad God clone, I guess, but it's for mobile. As far as I know, you can't play Realm on mobile, so this game you can actually play it on your phone. Justin, our one friend Justin Myers, actually told me about it. If you guys remember him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking to him lately. He got a hold of me. Said he's been listening to the podcast and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Hey, my dude.
yeah, shout him out on here. Drop his name.
Let's go.
But yeah, he showed me that game, so I just been playing that pretty much.
Nice. I mean, yeah, my answer has also not changed, man. It's I'm still sunk in Radiant Dawn, straight up. I mean, I'm almost done with my next playthrough of it already. That I'm pretty sure I said on our last recording I just started. So that shows what I've been doing with my time. That's pretty much it. I played a little bit of like Madden here and there just for a change every now and then, but I'm pretty much just playing our arcade game and some Radiant Dawn, and that's about it. And I've talked about that game for probably about a good 20 minutes over the last few episodes, so there's not much more I can really say.
That Radiant Dawn, that's I think that's the game. If you squint really hard, it looks like Fire Emblem Heroes, doesn't it?
Oh no, not in the slightest, and I don't ever
Oh,
want to
are you
hear that
sure?
again. I'm so sure, my friend. Nope. Get out of here.
I don't know, man. It might not pass the squint test.
Yeah, it's gonna pass the squint test every time, my man.
Oh,
Get out.
I had to hit you with that real quick. I know you love that game.
Oh man, I do so much. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I finally finish like the final playthrough of it with every character used. I'm gonna feel like I don't know. I'm gonna have to either start it again and redo some people, or just not touch it for a while. I'm probably not gonna touch it for a while because I mean, I'm now pretty much playing this game like 6 or 7 times straight through.
You can finally move on with your life.
Yeah, I think I gotta finally move on to other things. Bigger and better things, boys. Just like our game tonight. So, anything else from you guys, or can we move right on into it?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get
Let's
it.
move it.
Oh, I'm excited for this one, boys. If we're all ready to go, gotta get started with the reason we're here tonight. And our game for the evening is my favorite, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a side-scrolling beat-em-up game released by Konami in 1989. It's a 1 to 4 player game where the players can take control of one of the 4 turtles with an objective to rescue April O'Neil and Splinter and defeat the evil Shredder at the end. The 4 turtles have slightly different mechanics, with Donatello having slower attacks but a longer range. Michelangelo and Raphael have faster attacks with shorter range. And Leonardo is pretty much just the balanced one, which I didn't know all of that at first. I just kind of knew that Donnie had the long range. I didn't really know about the speed factor, but I learned that looking into this game some more. So I think this is an Arcadiology first, but I believe this is the only game so far that all of us have previously played before this. So I imagine some, if not all, of our answers for this are going to be pretty similar. But tell me about your previous experiences with this game before the whole Arcadiology thing.
I'm pretty sure every time I've ever played the Turtles in my life, I've only picked Leo. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've ever played any of the other Turtles. Because Leo he had like the blue bandana, and growing up, blue was my favorite color. So he just was the one I always picked, and I picked him again through this playthrough.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I kind of hopped around between the different ones, but I saw what you were saying about like how they had different attack speeds. I read a couple different things on that because I was just curious about that because I never noticed it either. Some people said that's not true. Some say it is. I haven't actually tested it, so it's hard to say. But I know for sure Donnie's got the length of that stick.
The range.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know if I ever noticed anything else.
It's got to be minor, I'd imagine.
Yeah, if at all, I'm sure it's pretty minimal. But anyways, like you were asking, I mean, we all know where we played this at Chuck E. Cheese. That's
Exactly, yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese, baby.
That's what I was looking for,
Yeah.
man. So yeah, we have our Altoona, Pennsylvania Chuck E. Cheese, and my God, this game was there for, I swear, a century. Like from the time that we were small children until I want to say up maybe like 5 to 10 years ago, they finally got rid of it. And I do have a little bit of a story with that one. I wish I had him here with me to tell the story, but my friend, one of my good friends, worked at Chuck E. Cheese for a while, and I believe, he can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe what he told me is, and I told you guys this story, when they finally decided to get rid of the cabinet, rather than like sell it or something, they destroyed it. Because I think essentially the idea was they just didn't want to have any competitors having the cabinet instead. So they just destroyed the damn thing. And that broke my heart because we spent so much time on this game. When I was at Chuck E. Cheese as a kid, 90% of my time there was not getting tickets. It was playing this game. And even as an adult, my friends and I would go and just drop quarter after quarter, just trying to finally beat it since we never actually beat it as kids.
Dude, I think that should be illegal.
right.
Oh,
That's gotta
absolutely.
be the dumbest reason I've ever heard to destroy
You
something.
know how they have like
100%.
like protected landmarks, and you like can't demolish a building? Like it should be the same for an arcade cabinet. When it gets so old, it's protected.
Especially such a good game.
It's not like if another company wanted to find that, like they couldn't just find a cabinet somewhere in the wild. I'm sure they could.
Oh, yeah.
Like, them destroying that one's not going to stop anybody ever from playing Turtles.
Maybe it would be a little bit harder since this game is so old at this point in time, but still, it's just, no, man, I don't get it.
Yeah, and I don't think if someone else has turtles, it's like, oh, we're not going to Chuck E. Cheese because they don't have turtles. We're going to this other one. Like, the family's going to take their kids there just because it has the turtles. That's crazy.
Sorry, Eli and Ezra, we can't go to Chuck E.
Right?
Cheese. They don't have turtles anymore.
Dad wants to play turtles. We're going somewhere else.
Hot take, dude. Back in the day when we would go to Chuck E. Cheese to play Turtles, the Turtles are known for their love of pizza. And I think at that time, Chuck E. Cheese actually had really good pizza.
I still
Dude,
think
their
they have
pizza
really
was
good pizza,
awesome.
man. Hot
Yeah, I
take.
still like it.
People talk so much smack on their food. I love it, and I don't care who knows it.
Yeah, every time we drive past Chuck E. Cheese, I'm like, dude, I could go for pizza right now.
I definitely remember it. There was a point in my life where Chuck E. Cheese had my favorite pizza.
Easily. Yeah,
It's
I
still
agree.
up there for me, man. I miss when Carter worked there because I could sometimes get him to bring some home for me. Man, it was so good. What's the line from the Joker movie? It's like, yes, yeah, or yes, it is. I'm tired of pretending it's not. It's the greatest. Man, I love it.
All those times playing this as a kid, I don't think I ever beat it as a kid either. I'd play for a while, then it would just kind of fall off and go do something else. But definitely jumped in on it every single time. But I don't remember ever beating it as a kid.
This game is absolutely a token muncher, man. It takes a lot of tokens to beat, especially as a child who's not, great at video games yet. And there's only so much money that your parents are willing to give you to spend. So it's either pretty much whenever we went as children, it was either you spent every cent that your parents gave you on this game to try to beat it, or you went and did everything else in Chuck E. Cheese and tried to get your tickets and stuff. It's like you had the choice one way or the other.
I don't remember, but I don't think this was like you wouldn't play this game for the tickets if it even gave you tickets.
No, it did not. It was just for funsies.
So as a kid, like
That's why you had to make the choice.
Yeah, because like you're at an arcade at the end of the day. It's like you want to get tickets and you want to be able to like buy things from the front desk. And this game was not going to allow you to do that. So you are right in saying like you either had to play like your love for Turtles or just not play it and use the coins to actually get tickets.
Yep. And as a kid, I made the very poor decision of trying to balance it. So I pretty much just played Turtles to like the halfway point and then try to go get tickets. And that's just not the way to do it, man.
You get about halfway through and be like, I'm ready for some pizza right now.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm always ready for pizza.
I mean, if you want tickets, you just got to go cheat at skee ball. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. Wait, hold up, guys. Can we sometime soon here, maybe we can just skip a game night? Let's just go to Chuck E. Cheese together, and we'll just disguise it as we're just taking Eli and Ezra to Chuck E. Cheese, but in reality, we all know why we're going to Chuck E. Cheese.
We could do it.
No,
I'm
what
so
would be
down.
great is if we all pitched in for a turtle cabinet and we took it to Chuck E. Cheese.
Take it to Chuck E. Cheese. You think they'll
Take
let
it
us
to
bring
Chuck
that
E.
in?
Cheese, plant it right in the middle and start playing.
This is an arcade one-up. We could do it, but I don't know if they might frown upon bringing your own arcade cabinets to Chuck E. Cheese. BYOAC. They don't like that there.
We'll tell them they can have all the profits. We just want to play.
I don't know, man. We can try. We'll see how long Chuck E. Cheese lasts, man. I don't think that place is gonna last. I can't imagine that's doing great business anymore.
Oh no, their downfall is directly related to destroying that cabinet.
1,000%.
They're going down for that.
There, this is gonna be our longest episode of all time. I already know it. So just get it back on track a little bit here. Sky, I think you're the only one. Well, you and me are the only ones that haven't mentioned yet who we played as whenever we played the game. So you go first.
I usually back in the day I would use Raphael just because, like Kyle said, when I was growing up, red was my favorite color, so I always like Raphael. This playthrough, I just used Leo honestly because I didn't think there was a difference between who I picked. So I just picked the first guy and started playing.
Yeah, I have always been a Donatello guy, and not because of the crazy range, but just because, I mean, you guys said it. I like purple. That's my color. So I was always Donatello. But yeah, for this one, I just stuck with Leonardo. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. The only reason why was because, for at least the ROM I played of it, he was locked in as the player one character, and you couldn't change it. So I really just couldn't figure out how to change him. So I was Leonardo for the first time.
I'm not sure it mattered too much.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not significant.
There was once. I mean, I saw like this ridiculous guide. Some dude was like trying to write up how to like one coin the game, and there's actually some pretty deep mechanics in this game behind the scenes that you don't see. But one of the
I'm
things that you
sure.
can notice if you use like how you have a special if you press what is it the attack and jump at the same time, you do like a special attack.
Yes.
Raph is the only one that has a unique one. He does like he rolls across the ground and attacks, while the other three they just like do like this jumping attack. So he does actually have a unique move.
Oh.
Yeah, because I used Raph and Donnie. I kind of went back and forth with them on each playthrough, so I tried them both out.
Yeah, actually, cause I was playing Leo. He would just do like a jump slash or whatever.
Right.
And I was thinking, I was like, I swear when we all played at your house, whatever, a couple weeks ago, and we all played four-man turtles, I swear when I was Raphael, I was rolling around. I was like, I thought we got to roll around with a special move or something. So I was sitting there with Leo wondering why I was just jumping in the air. I didn't know they had different moves.
Well, I didn't know they had a special move, so
Of course he didn't.
Here we go.
I didn't know until recently. Yeah, that is a common theme here. As Kyle finds out things the day of the recording.
did I just like pick a game and I press all the buttons to see what the moves do, and then every time at the end, you guys are always like, "Well, if you type in this 9-button combo, the guy does something else."
Now, like I said, I didn't know about the special jump attack like growing up or anything, but we did play this game on the arcade cabinet. On New Year's Eve at your house, Brad, I believe.
Right.
And I think didn't we kind of like discover it there whenever we were playing that? Oh, if you press both at the same time, it does like a spinning jump attack.
Yeah, we definitely messed around with it there for sure.
Yeah.
Raph was the only one rolling around. Everyone else is doing like that jump slash.
Even playing it now, I didn't use it very often, but it's still it does a lot of damage, so it's good if you can hit it. But I sometimes had a hard time getting the buttons like perfectly in sync to do it.
Don't you just press them both at the same exact time?
Yeah, but for some reason, every now and then it would do just like a kind of like a short hop attack,
Okay,
kind of like
yeah.
you'd see in like Smash Bros.
Right, yeah.
Now I want to play through with Raph again, roll around, and see if it's easier.
So that's what like his attack is better with that little rolling attack.
I mean, better's subjective. It gives you like
Yeah.
you can get in and out of attacks better, but I think theirs do more damage or something. Like there's like some you don't see anyone's health, but like the numbers behind the scenes, their attacks do more damage, I believe.
Yeah, that jumping, like spinning jump attack kind of seems like it's almost like a one-hit KO to most enemies.
Yeah, especially those helicopters. That's when I really like to use it in the one stage when the helicopters come flying by. That's where you really use that one.
Those were rough. No, actually, we'll just hop right into it. Are there any specific stages that you guys want to talk about right now? Did you want to talk more about that stage, Brad, with the helicopters, or did you have a different one in mind?
Overall, it wasn't that bad. I kind of like to stay at the top of the screen as all these helicopters that fly by with machine guns and stuff. And if you just use your special at the top of the screen, you can take most of them out pretty quick until the ones that start dropping the bombs. Those ones are tough to deal with because they just like cover the whole screen. And then you have the guys rolling in at you on the boards, attacking you too. And that was a rough stage.
It really was, yeah. Those helicopters especially, they could be really tough to hit. I think one of my biggest gripes with the game is the aerial combat. It seems like it's very, very difficult to properly aim at aerial enemies. So that stage in specific with the helicopters was really tough.
I'm pretty sure I just like jump kicked everything.
Yeah.
I just missed them so much, man. Like I don't know. The depth perception, I guess, seemed a little bit off sometimes.
All I saw was quarters dropping out. I didn't see bombs.
Yeah, pretty
All
much.
the quarters you're spending on this game.
Yeah, they just came onto the screen and then just quarters filled my screen up somehow.
There aren't a ton of stages, so I can give kind of like a very quick, brief rundown through them. It was like really just a few seconds for each one, and maybe we'll see if there's any in specific that we want to talk about. Stage 1 and 2 are basically both. You're just in the city. Stage 1 ends with you're in a flaming skyscraper. You fight Rocksteady. Stage 2, you're walking through the city. You fight Bebop at the end. After that, you have the sewer stage, which is probably one of my more favorite ones. You have the parking lot stage, where you fight Bebop and Rocksteady together at the end. The next two stages, you're on the road, first on foot, and then the one we mentioned with the helicopters, you're on a skateboard going down the road. Stage 4, you're in a factory, and stage 5, you're in the Technodrome going after Shredder. So, anyone else have any stages they want to talk about in specific?
The sewer stage, I thought was one of the easier stages because I was kind of abusing the fact that like, so in the sewer you have like the concrete you stand on, but then if you walk down, you'll do like a jump, like a forced jump mechanic to get into like the water part, and I kind of abused that for the enemies. Like I would pick a different level than them, either up or down, and force them to like animation into the like to get to my level, and then it was just like free attacks, and they couldn't attack you while they were doing their animations. So I kind of like abused that.
Yeah, they were typically pretty slow to react to that too. Like you could stand there for a few seconds before they would chase you, and then they'd maybe jump up at you like one at a time to meet you there, and it made it pretty easy.
Yeah, so I abused that level, and then I think it's the factory level was the one that had like a lot of the like stage things like the lasers, and
Mm-hmm.
that was I think the most annoying level.
Yeah, the laser traps. I know there's the three lasers early in the stage, but kind of like you said with the sewer stage, there's like an upper level you can go around as well to get around them. And I believe there's also the stage hazard in that stage that has like I don't know how to really explain this, put it to a visual, but it's kind of like this beam that goes up and down the screen with like three guns in it, and they move pretty quick, and they cover a lot of the screen, so you want to take those out as quickly as you can.
Those I think were the worst. I definitely got
Yeah,
like
they were
stun
tough.
locked on those before.
I absolutely did too. Although I will say stage 5, the Technodrome, that's really bad for stage hazards because it has those as well, including one that's even faster. And then the part that really got me, that I had a really tough time with, there's a hallway that you're walking down, and this specifically aims for you, so you can't just like go around it. There's these pillars that come up out of the ground and shoot ice at you and freeze you. And no matter where you walk, it will follow you. So you have to really move through there quick before it gets you.
On that factory level with like you're talking about the ones that shoot lasers that kind of cruise up and down the screen real quick and shoot at you. Is that the one you're talking about that caught you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you just stay at the top of the screen, that's what I did. I don't even think they touch you up there. You can just like walk across the top of the screen and not even get hit by them at all.
Well, I got touched.
You got touched up.
I
Oh,
got
Kyle's
touched a
getting
lot.
touched. Oh boy. Oh no.
I was gonna say he mentioned about the ones that freeze you in the one stage. Those I think if you react real quick, as soon as they pop up, you can like break them before they freeze you. But you got to be like super quick at it. So if you just kind of walk in a straight line, as soon as it pops up, you slash it, it breaks it, so you don't get frozen.
Okay.
But yeah, those things definitely get annoying.
Yeah, I got frozen plenty of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I focus more on avoiding them rather than attacking them, in which it doesn't work great.
Yeah, that's what I tried initially, but it wasn't working out too well either.
But hey, speaking of being stun locked, let me tell you why I hate the sewer level.
Ooh, okay.
All right, at some point through that level, they have like that. There's like what, like a gate that comes up and down on the screen or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It keeps it going up and down and whatever. If you stand underneath it, it hits you. Well, I was walking. I got underneath that thing, and I was to the right of the screen. So that gate was pretty much like right on the left side of my screen, right at the border. Foot soldier hits me. I go flying into that spot, and the gate
So
just kept
many
opening and
times.
closing, and it took my whole entire health bar away. And killed
Oh,
me.
no.
I couldn't move.
Yup, been
I
there.
got stuck in the freaking gate, and I couldn't move. I was like, dude, what is this cheap crap?
They would hit you into so many stage traps because if they give you like a good hit, you'll roll backwards like across half the screen. I can't tell you how many times they hit me into a stage obstacle, and that was the worst. Just when I thought I was past
And
it.
like the intervals, like it's just long or short enough that it stun locks you there. Like you can lose an entire life if you get hit into something.
Yeah, it can be rough for sure. I do like that that sewer stage though. That is one of my more fun ones. I think one of my favorite things to do in that stage is I think there's either 3 or 4 separate occurrences in that stage where these little robot enemies will come out of a hole in the wall, and as soon as you see that hole crack open in the wall, you can just hop up there and stand beside the hole and just spam the attack button, and you'll just wipe them out the second they show up on the screen. And I love doing that because it gets you such easy kills.
Yeah, and little like piranha head robot thingies.
Yeah,
He's got to spawn trap them, catch everyone as soon as they hop out.
exactly, man. Just camping for them.
That level is probably the most iconic one to me. That's the one I think of when I think of this game, that sewer stage.
Yeah, that one or stage like the city stage on stage 1 because you just obviously see it every time you play it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, stage 1 with like the fire that's like all over the screen.
Yeah,
I think
that one's pretty cool.
pretty iconic. I think that in the sewer. The other ones I don't even know if I remembered like the factory one.
Yeah, I mean it's later in the game, so I mean if you haven't beaten the game a ton of times, I guess you wouldn't have really seen it too many times.
Yeah, I don't remember much past the when you fight Bebop and Rocksteady together. I don't remember much past that at all. I mean,
Hmm.
now I do, but I mean, as a kid playing, I don't think I really beat them.
Yeah, I'm not sure how far we got when we were kids. I think we probably played the like maybe 2 Bebop and Rocksteady, and we probably got wrecked and was like, all right, let's go play in a ball pit or something.
Oh yeah, for sure. Whenever ball pits were a thing, now they're too unsanitary.
Do you guys remember the time we actually beat it though, Sky and Kyle?
I don't know. I don't know if I remember us beating it.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
We did as adults. Whenever we went for our little cousin Brandy, her birthday party, we'd go there, Chuck E. Cheese all the time. I'm pretty sure you guys were there, but I don't know.
Oh,
I would have been like
okay.
18. We just stood at the turtle machine and we just played it until we beat it.
It's been a lifelong dream of us, man.
Yeah.
We're doing this.
Probably all these little kids crowd around trying to play. We're like, get out of here. We're going to beat
Oh,
this.
they just want to watch it be beat, man.
Yeah. That's the only time I remember actually beating it in the arcade when I was actually an
Yeah, I
adult.
can believe that.
You can maybe make this one of our YouTube shorts because I have a great picture that we could put along with this of us. It's me and I think 3 of my other friends posing with the Ninja Turtles arcade machine whenever we were like maybe like 20, 21, like pretty young. And I think it was the very first time we'd ever actually beat it because we never beat it as children, but then as adults, you better believe this group of 21-year-olds went into Chuck E. Cheese, got a buttload of tokens, and just pumped them into this machine because we all just so badly finally wanted to see it beat. And I even specifically remember one time we went there. As I said, my friend Carter, he worked there at the time. His like general manager or district manager or something was there. And he like pulled this handful of tokens out of his pocket and just gave them to us and said, I've never seen this game beaten. I want to see you guys beat it. I want to see the end of it.
That's awesome.
That was
So,
great.
so technically, you had a sponsorship for Turtles.
Yeah, dude. Turtle sponsor, baby. Shout out Chuck E. Cheese DM.
And you can call him our friend Carter. We all know Carter around here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I heard of that guy once or twice.
once or twice. You guys know him. He doesn't come around to game night or anything, but, maybe someday I'll get him there. All right, so I don't know if there's much more about the stages to really say. We can definitely talk about some bosses, though. So I want to hear who are the most memorable, fun, frustrating, whatever you want to pick bosses for each of you guys. Whoever really stands out to you.
I mean, I think no matter what, Bebop and Rocksteady will be the most
Oh,
iconic.
yeah, man.
But
I love those guys, man.
yeah, I think is it the third boss? I don't even know what he is. He's like a blue. It's like a blue robot chicken. I don't know what he is.
I didn't know what to call him either. He's like a golem with a bird head.
Yeah.
I do have an answer because I remember we were talking about this on New Year's too. We didn't know his name. So I will admit, as much as I love this game, I'm not like a major Ninja Turtles fan. Like I'm not like a big nerd. I had like a bunch of the toys as a kid and whatnot, but like I had the Bebop and Rocksteady toys because those guys are great. So I did look into some of this stuff a little bit. The blue guy, his name is, I believe it's Granitor. And then the red guy who looks similar to him in the next stage is General Trag. So they are real Ninja Turtles characters. They aren't just random sprites thrown in the game like we may have thought.
So so then Granitor, I would assume by his name and by looking at him, is made of granite.
Maybe.
I mean, if his name's Granitor and he looks like he's like a blue, but he looks like stone. He definitely looks like a rock kind of thing.
It's actually paper mache. Just lost in translation.
Well, I mean, I'm just wondering now that you're saying his name's Granitor, now I'm piecing it together, and he looks like he's probably made of granite. Why is he wearing boots? Because he's completely like naked otherwise.
For fashion, my guy, come on. He looks stylish as all hell. I mean, that red,
A naked
it
robot.
clashes a little bit with the blue, but
Yeah, I don't know why his boots
Isn't that
on.
normal? That's normal attire, just no pants and boots.
That's how I go to work every day.
I go out like that all the time. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
He's self-employed.
If you got if you got the gams, you gotta let them out, brother.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, like that was the guy. I think him and the other guy you said was like a red guy looks very similar to him as well.
General Trag.
Yeah, I've never even remembered those guys. I literally just thought they were random people that just threw in for this game.
I did it first too.
General Trag sounds like a familiar name from like watching like the cartoons and stuff, but I wouldn't be able to tell you that by seeing this guy's picture. I wouldn't guess that was him.
Now, when I Googled these guys, it seemed like there were a lot of different versions of them that looked different. So it's possible you could have seen them, but maybe not even in this form.
Maybe they had clothes on.
But still the boots, I hope. Now, those were two of the originally the hardest fights in the game, I think, the Granitor and Trag fights. Then I kind of found a strategy that worked pretty well for them, but we can get into that later, unless you want me to talk about it now.
I mean, might as well. Already talking about them.
I bet you we know it.
I mean, I don't know. So at first, these guys seemed like they were impossible to get anywhere near because they had a punch attack and then they had their flamethrower or a gun or whatever, and they would launch those if you came anywhere near them. But I saw on a video that I watched, and I tried it out myself, and it worked very well. If you kind of stand either below or like directly in a straight line below or above them and wait till they start walking towards you and then attack, and then while they're stunned, you move back the other direction. So if you're above him, he comes to you, you attack, then you move down below him. Then he'll follow you again, attack, he's stunned, then you just go up. You just do that back and forth, and you can pretty much hit them almost without being touched. If you time it correctly. The timing is a little tricky at first.
Yeah, I feel like I was trying to do that a bit, but my timing was off. My main strategy was press insert coin and press continue repeatedly and keep coming back to life.
No,
Brilliant, dude. I love that.
That attack pattern was, you could use that attack pattern for every boss in the game. I think aside from Shredder, because he splits into two.
Yeah.
But every other boss, you would just stand below them. When they would come to you, you'd smack them, and you'd walk up. And then they would walk up, you'd smack them, then you walk down. And you could do that to every single boss.
See, and like this kind of blew my mind because my entire life, this game was all about just run up to them and smash the attack button as many times as possible. I never thought about it, but yeah, dude, the bosses in this game are very much just hit and run, hit and run. And that works way better now that I'm actually trying to put a little bit of thought into it.
Yeah, my main strategy throughout the game was just to kind of inch across the screen, so only like 1 or 2 foot soldiers would come out at a time, because they would just like spawn as you progress across the screen. And like as you walk forward a little bit, the screen just barely shifts, and then only like 1 or 2 would come in. Sometimes you'd get overwhelmed, but you could control the screen a little bit. I feel like that made it a little more manageable.
And you really want to try to keep as much distance between you and the enemy while still keeping him in range as you can, because it seems like if you have them at like the very edge of your attack range, they can't attack back. But if you get too close, like if they're right up on you, then they'll usually get at least a hit off on you. As far as bosses that bugged me, there's 2 that stand out. So there's the boss. I know I said I like the stage, but the boss on the sewer stage is a little annoying. I think his name is Baxter Stockman or something like that. He's annoying because he has this robot he flies around in. So you kind of have to either, you can stand at the bottom of the screen and just press the attack button when he gets near you, or you can try to hit him with a jump attack, which is a little harder to aim. Then that entire fight, he's also dropping those little, I think Sky called them piranha head robots at you the whole time. So you're kind of getting swarmed by them. And then the other thing was more of a mini boss, I think, in the middle of the factory stage, I believe, where the little corkscrew thing that comes out of the ground that has the boss in it shows up. But then out comes these, like, I want to say like 8 little blue laser shooting robots, and they also fly through the air. And those were, to me, the most annoying thing in the game to aim for. They were kind of tough to hit.
I struggled with them my first time through. The next time, because the first time I played, or I don't know, whatever time I played Raph, I couldn't do it. But whenever I played, I think Donnie, when I used like the special, I could like jump attack and just one shot most of them pretty easily.
I actually got through that part without getting hit at all. I just jumped up and one shot every one of those.
Damn, nice.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I thought that part like was over before I even knew it.
Yeah, I guess I'm the only one that had a tough time with that one then, but
I mean, I did initially.
yeah, that one bugged me,
I
man.
might have just got lucky. maybe I stood in the right spot or something. I don't know.
Who knows?
But I think it's weird. I was looking through the game, or when we were playing that, I was like, I could have swore Baxter was here, and I didn't realize that guy was Baxter. But that's because I remember him in the cartoon. They called him Baxter the Fly. So, but this was just like
Yeah.
a scientist looking dude. I was like, where's the fly guy at?
Doesn't he transform into a fly or something like that?
Yeah, I don't think he did in this game though, did he?
No, but I think I read that he does in the NES version because they ported this game to Nintendo, and I think they added an extra stage or two. And from what I read, I believe you do fight the fly version of him in the NES version.
Yeah, because I remember, like, I watched the cartoon when I was little, so I remember Baxter the Fly, like that episode and all that. So I thought he was in this game. I was like, where's Baxter the Fly at? I didn't realize he was just that scientist dude.
Yep. All right. Well, we cannot talk about bosses without mentioning Krang in his nice, weird red underwear, and of course Shredder at the very end. So, you guys want to talk about them at all? Did you have fun with those fights? Were they tough for you?
Yeah, I think Shredder was actually my favorite fight of the game. Outside, well, Bebop and Rocksteady are always fun, but actually, like, tactically, I like the Shredder fight a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Bebop and Rocksteady they're great characters, but the fights aren't hard. The Shredder fight it's hard. Like, it's not, I mean, for the difficulty level of this game, that fight is hard.
Yeah, Shredder whooped me.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you fight him initially, he spawns a clone of himself, so then you got to fight two of them. And then I don't know exactly how it works, but you hit one of them and the helmet falls off. And then I realized that's always the fake one because there's like a clone of
Yep.
them. Whatever one drops the helmet's a fake one. So you knock his helmet off, and then you got to go fight the other one to try to deal damage to him. If you keep fighting the one that doesn't have a helmet, I don't think you're actually progressing, but I don't know for sure because once you kill him, then he just keeps spawning another one. But if you just knock that helmet off and then go fight the other one, eventually you can take him out that way.
Yeah, that's how you know which one's the real one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess kind of yes, but also kind of no. So the fake one, the clone, his helmet will fall off easier because obviously when you're fighting Shredder, before you kill him, you do actually knock his helmet off as well, and then like after a brief amount of time, a couple more hits, like Shredder will die. So technically, you can still knock Shredder's helmet off, but it just takes longer. But also, the clones, I think I killed like 3 clones, and then they stopped spawning, and then it was just a 1v1 with me and Shredder.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He does eventually stop. I assume that was more of like a health thing. Once you give him like a certain level of health, maybe he'll stop spawning. But yeah, as Kyle said, eventually his helmet will come off as well, the real one. And I kind of see that as with all the other bosses, whenever they're getting low on health, they'll start flashing. That's pretty much just like Shredder's version of that. He doesn't flash when he's low on health, but he'll lose his helmet whenever he is.
Yeah, but I guess you could fight them both until one of their helmets comes off, because the clone's helmet will come off first, because it's easier to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just fight them both until one helmet comes off, and then you'll know directly which one's Shredder, and then you can just avoid the clone and keep him alive, so you can tell who's Shredder the entire fight.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did.
They really come after you, man. Like even when I could tell which one was real and which was fake, it was so hard to just focus on the one because the two, they will absolutely come after you hard. Like it's really tough to get away from them and keep your distance and just kind of focus on one of them.
That blue lightning attack was cheap.
I definitely wanted to talk about that part. So yes, he has an attack where he charges like a blue lightning bolt, and if he hits you with it, it does not matter what your health is. It is a guaranteed one-hit KO, and that is the worst feeling when you get hit with that. And he gives you a second or two to see he's charging it, so you can get out of the way, but it can still be pretty tough, especially if you're kind of locked into attacking one of them and the other one hits you with that. Oh, it's a bad feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the easiest way to attack him because when you'd have that brief moment to hit him when he starts to charge it up, and you would like stun him. I don't think he would do anything else until he got one of those off. So you could keep on like as long as you avoided the clone, you could keep hitting him before he got it off, and then he wouldn't really do anything else. But yeah, if he tagged you with it, there goes a credit.
Yeah, I definitely got vaporized a handful of times.
Yeah, the fun part about that attack though is if he hits you with it, your character actually kind of I don't know what you want to call it. He kind of shrinks into like a small actual real turtle, instead of like the mutant
Oh.
Ninja Turtle form, and it's a little cute.
Yeah, that was a funny little animation.
Turns him into a baby turtle.
The baby turtle. All right, so enough about the bosses. There's a few I want to talk about here. Are there any specific, just basic foot soldier enemies that you guys want to talk about? Whether I assume more so ones that you didn't like. I want to say maybe like 3 or 4 different foot soldiers in specific that really stood out to me. But are there any for you guys that you just could not stand fighting?
I mean, I don't think any of them were like too bad, but if I had to pick one that was like the most annoying to fight, probably the guys with like the javelins, because they had like the most range on them. So like you're used to like being able to outrange all these other enemies. You can kind of just walk up to them and start attacking for the most part. But the guys with the javelins would actually have a bigger range than you and were able to hit you before you hit them. So you would always have to like come up underneath of them. But I mean, they weren't bad, and they could also throw the javelin too. They could actually just chuck it at you.
And I was always happy whenever they did throw it, because then they couldn't attack you with it up close anymore. Yeah, you pretty
Exactly.
much couldn't get anywhere near them, from the front at least, without getting hit by that. They always got that attack off on you. That's the main one I wanted to mention. Definitely my least favorite enemy. That spear has crazy range.
Are you able to hit that spear and break it, or no?
I don't think so.
Because I think the knife guys, the white foot soldiers, they throw knives at you or something. I'm pretty sure I was hitting those and like breaking them.
Yeah, the ones that attack from a distance, the white ones that have throwing knives, and the yellow ones that have boomerangs. They're the other ones I wanted to mention. And yes, if you time an attack correctly, you can deflect their ranged attack.
I don't know if I did that with the javelins or not. I don't remember actually being able to hit those.
I don't recall that specifically.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but that reminds me, I never noticed this until my most recent playthrough. With some of the stages, the foot soldiers will jump up out of the manhole and throw the sewer cap at you.
Yeah.
If you hit that, it flies back at them and it's an instant kill. I never knew about that before. I accidentally did it and I was like, whoa, that's actually pretty cool.
I always just stayed away to be safe. But speaking of the manhole, though, that was a pain in the butt. There was a bunch of times throughout stage 2, I believe it was, where they'll jump out of the sewer, out of the manhole, and then if you accidentally walk onto the open manhole, I'm pretty sure you lose health, and it's easy to do if you're distracted, especially during the boss fight.
Yeah, I liked whenever you fought, was it Bebop? There was a manhole
Bebop.
there. Yeah, you can, you fall in the hole and you die or take damage, but once you beat him, your guy jumps right in the hole and that's just where you go. I'm like, really? Come on now.
Yeah.
Why couldn't I just jump down there in the first place and skip Bebop?
Yeah.
Being dramatic.
Well, I have a confession to make since we're here.
Uh-oh.
I
What is it
fell,
this week?
while fighting Bebop, I fell in that manhole probably around 6 times back to back.
Oof.
I just could not get away from it.
Bebop had you stun locked.
He stun locked me in the manhole, dude. It was back to back, dude. It was out of the manhole and then right back
Yeah.
into it like 6 times.
Yep. It happened, man. It happened.
I was gonna take that to the grave with me, but
Nah, it's okay, man. It happens. I get it.
But as far as the foot soldiers, I don't know if there's any specific that you guys didn't already talk about, but I thought that was pretty cool. They were like, I think I counted 9 different variety of foot soldiers, and they all did something different, so it really mixed up the combat a bit.
yeah.
I don't even think in the cartoon, wasn't it just the purple standard stock soldiers the whole time?
That's all I remember.
I don't remember any other different soldiers in the cartoon or the movies or anything.
Yeah, the purple ones, the basic purple ones were super simple. It's just whenever they had those damn spears, man. Oh boy. I was never happy about that. Those ones were annoying.
Well, I think in the cartoons, Shredder was all about equality, so everyone gets the same color outfit.
That's true. Shredder is a good man. Treats his people well.
Yeah, man. Shredder's he's a good dude.
I think everybody can agree.
Absolutely.
I want everybody to do their best Krang impression right now.
Dude, I swear to God, there's no way you're thinking of the exact thing I'm thinking of.
Are you serious?
Listen, I was gonna say
Oh my
that I
God.
want Skylar to do his best impression of Krang after you kill him, and the guy comes out. I don't know if you guys even remember, but when you kill him,
Just the one line he says?
yeah, his one line comes out.
I don't know what does he say?
He says, I'm invincible.
I'm invincible.
Oh my god.
That's it, man.
I love that voice, man.
Dude, I remember. Okay, so I think I might have told you guys this before, but yeah, I had a bunch of Ninja Turtle toys when I was a kid, and I definitely remember having a Krang action figure where you can take the little like brain part out of his like little microwave looking stomach. I mean, clearly this toy would not pass today because the little brain you took out of it was totally a choking hazard. It's just this little chunk of plastic that you just take out of the body. Probably never sell that today.
Yeah, Krang was a funny dude.
I just love his red underwear.
He like makes all those weird little gurgling noises and stuff when he talks.
What's his name? Him and Granitor, man, they got the red boot memo for sure. All right, boys. Anything else? Any more talk about Krang or whoever the hell else you want to talk about? Or is it finally Brad's time to do his thing?
I just wanted to at least mention like some of the deeper behind the scenes mechanics that I found out about that probably no one notices unless they're like hardcore into the game. Basically, the enemies have like stamina and health, but you don't see either of them. Certain attacks will do like stamina damage, and other ones will do HP damage. So some of the enemies, depend on how you attack them, like they'll die quicker. And if you like keep using basically a stamina attack, it doesn't really deal damage to them. So sometimes they won't die as quick. And also, whenever you like keep spamming your attack, you do like a throw, and it like throws the enemy, and it's an instant kill. What I always thought that was just random, and it would just like kind of happen. But there's like a delay. You have to, if you do that, and then you just could do a couple regular attacks, it pretty much like refreshes your throw. So you can kind of like strategically save your throw for when like you're getting overwhelmed, and you can do some instant kills, and then get back to like doing basic attacks to charge it back up. It's some stuff you'll never really even notice about unless you read into it or trying to like get real crazy with the game. But in case that person comes by the podcast, just know that I know.
Yeah, I just assumed it was kind of random, and I was like, hopefully I can just throw someone and they die right away.
Yeah, I kind of just thought it was maybe if like it was like a finisher, like you hit the attack button enough times and it kind of finishes your combo with that throw. That's all I really thought of it.
Yeah, because if you like pace your attack, you just like slowly hitting it, you'll always just do your basic attack. But if you start spamming it, that's when you will do the throw. But yeah, if you don't know any difference and you're just spamming, like 99% of people probably do play in this game, like me and everyone else.
Oh yeah.
You're just gonna randomly see the throw happen. But there's actually like some mechanics behind it that you can intentionally do it.
That's way deeper than I ever thought that game would be.
No kidding.
Yeah, I was blown away reading into that. I was like, oh my god, there's so much more to this than I ever could have imagined.
Yeah, this was always just a mindless beat 'em up to me, and it probably still, even after knowing that, it still will be. But there's always something more that you don't know about behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be studying that and trying to do a one coin run or anything, but that's how you would do it, I guess.
All right, Mr. Squawkers, whatever you say. All right, boys, I'm cutting it off here now. We're getting heavy on time, so we're gonna move on to Mr. Brad Wiggins' segment. So, Brad, go ahead and hit us with some numbers for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All right, we're gonna start off with our credit usage. Let's see how many credits it took us. See how much money we spent to beat Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Who wants to volunteer to go first?
I can throw it out there, dudes. I used 43 credits to beat the Turtles.
Okay.
You didn't really have like a score in this game. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but like
there's a kill counter.
Yeah, it was just a kill count and not an actual like score, which I guess technically is your score, but they did it a different way. So I had 289 kills.
Cool.
Okay.
I spent a little bit more than Kyle. It took me 47 tokens, and my score was 294.
All right.
Brad, I want you to go next.
All right. I played through a few times, as always. I was in the 40s my first playthrough, and then by my last playthrough, I got down to 32 credits, and my score was 355.
Ooh.
Jeez. Who is this guy?
Wait, how many credits?
32.
Dang.
Remember what he said. Just know that he knows.
He knows.
Whether that helped me or not, I don't know, but I knew in the back of my mind that I should be timing this stuff.
Just know that he knows.
I have no idea what just happened there.
That sounded like the Fly Guy.
Maybe that was... I'm mixing them up now.
All right, but what do we know about Jordan's credits?
I was hoping to finally be in first place. I'm not gonna quite be in first, but I feel pretty good. I spent 37 tokens. I finished with 308 kills. Now I do have a higher score for kills. I did get 315 on a playthrough,
Okay.
but as far as my final official run, it's 37 tokens with 308 kills.
Yeah, I had more kills on my higher credit run as well.
I don't know how you got that many. Like that time I got 315. Seriously felt like I hit everything imaginable.
Now I'm trying to think where, if we all beat the game, how do you guys have more enemy kills?
The only variation I could think of are when Baxter spawns all those little guys, but I wasn't sitting there farming kills, so I don't know.
He was farming kills, dude.
I guess.
He definitely did.
You also get a point for all of the things like on the stage, like the street signs and the parking meters and the fire hydrants and stuff. You get a point for those as well.
Okay.
Okay. I definitely smashed everything I came across.
Yeah, I typically did too.
All right. Well, that's all of our credits, and we're going to rank it. I originally was trying to find something. It was kind of hard to find anything that was unique. I wanted, like how I said, I looked into the numbers on stuff. You could see like how much HP the enemies had. Shredder's was unknown, so I couldn't use his. So I went with the next best. We're going with Krang's HP. He has 54 hit points. So we're going to rank it out of 54.
I'm trying to think. I guess.
It's a pretty nostalgia heavy one, man. That might weigh in on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw out an initial number, and then I'm gonna circle back to it after you guys give your ratings and see if mine changes.
Alright.
But my
That's fair.
initial out of 54, I'm gonna throw out a 40.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying not to let nostalgia. I don't know if I should let that factor in or not,
Yeah,
based on the game
Absolutely.
itself. You know what I mean?
Count
I mean,
it,
dude,
baby.
if you
Count
put nostalgia, it's almost perfect if it's nostalgia.
Hell yeah, count it,
That was
baby.
the game back in the day.
Let's go. Count it.
Heading out to Chuck E. Cheese with the bros, trying to shred.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe I'll sit at that. I think it deserves a solid 50.
Nice.
That's about as close to perfect as I can give it.
I'm not gonna pull a Sky with Alien Syndrome and just act like it's the world's perfect arcade game and give it a perfect score or anything.
Oh,
As
it was
much no, as much as I absolutely love this game, I can't imagine giving any arcade game a perfect score. But this is gonna be as absolutely close as it possibly gets for me. I love this game. I am absolutely counting nostalgia because I have every right to. I mean, I'm extremely nostalgic when it comes to this game. I've played it a million times growing up. I still love it. I have so much fun with it. I played it multiple times, and every game we've done, I'll play it once and be like, "Ugh, I guess I should play it again because I feel like I have to." No, I loved playing this one, and I won't give it a perfect score because nothing's quite perfect, but I'll give it a 52 out of 54.
Oh, man. Nice.
Nice.
It deserves it, man. Deserves it.
It is a good game.
Absolutely.
That leaves me. I didn't go quite as high. I mean, I still, nostalgia weighs in heavy. Some of the fights were a little bit frustrating. You just kind of die over and over. Like how Kyle got stun locked in a manhole. That's pretty frustrating. But the other thing that I thought was a little bit of a bummer. I know you said initially how some of the turtles had different things, but I really don't know for sure if that's true. From what I noticed and what I read, I didn't really know that for sure.
Wikipedia will tell you.
Yeah, they'll tell you something, but
They'll have you believe it.
yeah, they'll tell anyone anything, I guess. but I really don't think Mikey and Leo had anything unique from Donnie and Raph. How Donnie had the range, Raph had the roll, and Mikey's my favorite turtle, so I feel like they didn't do him justice. But anyways, that's not a huge deal. I'm gonna give it a 42 out of 54.
All right.
That's a pretty tubular rating, bro.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, Kyle, are you sticking with your number or what?
I think honestly, I'm just gonna stick with that. I mean, like we said, obviously the nostalgia, like you try to ignore that, but you can't. Like it's so much of our childhood all spent together doing that. But
Yep.
Now I might be wrong, and you guys would know this better probably. But this might be the first one we've played so far out of the arcade games that like actually had like intro, like had words. You know what I mean? Like to the intro music. Like obviously it's the iconic Teenage Ninja Turtles like thing, but like none of the other games, right, had like any. It was all just music, like audio. There was no actual words, right?
Yeah, this had like a theme song in it.
Yeah.
It's the
Alien
first one.
Syndrome kind of said it said something. It was very awkward
It
sounding.
said words, but that's all we know.
It said Carson.
Oh, it did say Carson.
Carson.
That's the theme song. Carson. Carson.
We can make it. We can make it a song, baby.
You know, the Turtles themselves have their nostalgia. The theme music for me was like I mean, you guys know I'm not the music guy. I don't care about any of the audio in any of these games usually.
Until now.
Like the bosses, I liked the bosses obviously because, you know, again, they're iconic, but I thought all the boss fights aside from Shredder was like okay, but all the other boss fights I thought were pretty bad. Like as far as, I mean, you could just cheese them all by walking up and down and just attacking one time. Like you could do that with every single boss.
It was pretty much cheese or be cheese.
Yeah.
Whoever got it first.
Yeah, so like I'm trying not to get clouded by like,
cheese.
you know, like I like the bosses because I like the characters because I know them, but as far as the actual fights go, I think they were bad. So
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they were great boss fights, but the game itself was worth playing, honestly, at least.
yeah, but like all the other
yeah.
But
like
the
Brad
boss
said,
fights were nothing special.
you know, there's like 8 or 9 whatever different foot soldiers and a couple other enemies like little robot dogs and stuff like that, but and the stages were kind of cool. I think all the stages were actually different. Like most of the other games we've played, when you guys, you know, ask like what stages stuck out, I think a lot of the times where all of us are mostly in agreement of like, oh, the stages kind of all blended together. They all kind of look the same, you know, bar a few, but this was the one where we could actually reference different stages and I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah. More unique.
Yeah, so I'll give it, you know, I'm going to give it a 41.
All right, got
Yeah.
next
Right
one.
above-
There he is.
So that would be what is that, a tubular rating? Maybe, I think Brad's was the groovy rating.
No, mine was tubular. 'Cause mine's
Was yours tubular?
mine's 40 tubular. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
40 tubular,
40
okay.
tubular.
So Kyle's got the groovy rating.
I'm groovy.
Mine was probably more radical, and Jordan probably gave it the gnarly, I guess.
Dude, Jordan gave it a cowabunga.
Cowabunga, boys.
So I just got to clarify real quick. Everybody's favorite turtle. Sky?
Raphael, baby.
Jordan?
Donnie, baby. Let's go.
Kyle?
Leo.
And mine's Mikey. Look at that. We all have a different favorite
Let's
turtle.
go. No
That
way.
worked out perfect.
I
That's
love
crazy.
it.
Yeah, I kind of
That
picked
is
up on that
great.
as we went through, but I just had to confirm that.
Well, I was going to pick Donatello, but Jordan keeps saying I'm not allowed to.
It's his character.
Did
Don't
I?
touch my
He said
character,
that's his
dude.
turtle.
Oh
His
yeah,
turtle.
because I originally said I think we should all use a different one. Yeah, but then we said nah, screw it, just do whatever you want.
Jordan says, let's all pick a different one. I don't know. Maybe I'll just randomly pick the best one.
No, I picked the purple one because
Hey,
I
nobody
love
pick him.
purple is my favorite color.
Nobody picked the best guy because I already picked him just because, I just picked him. No reason.
Listen, he's the slowest one, according to Wikipedia.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Jordan actually went on and edited that, so just to
Yeah,
trick
right.
you.
Listen.
All right, guys. Let's move into our rankings. I say we start off with Jordan. Let's give him the floor. We know how passionate he is about this one. Before we weigh in, Jordan, tell us why this should be number one.
It's number one, dude. This game is so much more fun than Alien Syndrome, dude. Come on. It's so
Ooh.
nostalgic, and the turtles are so classic, and it looks fun, and it plays fun, and even Kyle said the music was good. We'll never hear Kyle say the music was good ever again. In Alien Syndrome, you're just walking around the labyrinth, just shooting aliens and fighting weird baby bosses, and Ninja Turtles is number one. Put it on the board!
How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, Krang's a baby boss, isn't he?
Krang is, I don't know what the hell he's.
He's a little baby
He's
brain.
like 13 feet tall, man. I don't know about all that.
He could have been an Alien Syndrome. I could see Krang floating around as an Alien Syndrome boss.
He for sure could
Absolutely. He's got to be maybe if he was a little bit uglier.
have been.
He's close though. He's definitely auditioning for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not putting that above Alien Syndrome personally. Just because Alien Syndrome was a game I played for days. I loved it.
Yeah.
This game, I'm like, I'm already
we
done
played
after this
this
playthrough.
for decades, Skylar.
When I was a kid,
Decades.
yeah, when I was little, for sure.
And guess what? It's still the same game you played when you were little. Decades, Skylar.
I know. I don't know. I wouldn't put it above Alien Syndrome. I could put it at number 4 and bump Mazinger and everything else.
4?
I could put it at 4. That's what.
I'm quitting
That feels
the
good to
podcast.
me.
Oh my god. Somebody else talk, please.
Well, you're not gonna like what I have to say,
Oh,
but you asked me to talk, so here it comes.
He's not even putting it on the list.
You're gonna do a sub list. No, this was. I mean, before even hearing Skylar talk, by looking at the list over here, my immediate thought was put it at 4 and bring Mazinger Z down.
Hey.
Shot, you guys like JJ Squawkers more than this game.
JJ
and
Squawkers
Mega
is a
Twins
better
and
game.
Alien Syndrome. Oh my god.
My brother, we are of like mind.
I mean,
Oh
Mega
my
Twins,
God, my brain hurts.
you could move him around if you wanted, but when I'm looking at the list and I'm seeing JJ Squawkers and I'm thinking about that game, like, and all the variety it had as far as the different weapons and power ups and upgrades and the bosses and the fights, like those were all better than Turtles. If the Turtles, I guarantee you, if the Turtles weren't the Turtles, if you would reskin it, if you would squint test it right and put a different skin on top of it, you would not like
my
it as
God.
much.
Well, here's the thing though.
Yeah.
That's not the case, Kyle. It's still my Turtles out there.
That's the thing though. A big thing with the Turtles game really is the theme of it.
Yeah.
Like, everybody loves Turtles.
Yep.
Here, that's the thing. Like I said, I wasn't even like a major Turtles kid, but like, man, I still absolutely was obsessed with this game, even though Turtles were just like, whatever. They were kind of cool, but even, I don't know, man. As a kid, like, I still loved this game either way.
If that game was rethemed though as like G.I. Joe or like Metal Slug, like World War II type graphics, I never would have played it. It would have been like Vamp for me. I'd have been like, I can't wait till this is over.
And then you would have missed out.
Nah, the gameplay it's solid gameplay, but a huge part of that is the fact that it's Ninja Turtles.
So what if we skin swap Vamp with Ninja Turtles? Would they switch in rankings?
No,
I think
it's still
Vamp.
terrible. There's no way to say Vamp. Don't even think about it.
I have a thought, but I want to hear what Brad thinks first and foremost.
I hate to say it, but I'm kind of with them. One thing I do want to say is, I mean, I think Mega Twins is only there because Jordan didn't like JJ Squawkers. I don't think Mega Twins belongs at Seed 2. I think that should be moved down under Turtles and Squawkers.
I could go with that.
I had a similar thought here. I'm gonna propose something a little out there. I'm proposing a pretty big shift here. So maybe we can compromise a little bit, even though I still feel like I'm losing out on this because I feel like Turtles is number 1 and everything else is just there. What if we move? We're gonna move some stuff around here. What if we move JJ Squawkers up to number 2, put Turtles at 3, and Mega Twins at 4?
I'm okay with that.
I could do that.
I think all three of us would prefer that over anything, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I always felt like Mega Twins should have been bumped down a little bit anyway.
I feel like I've been compromising on this list a lot ever since we started, but I'll do that, I guess.
I mean, that's the majority rule, man.
I think
there's not
Turtles
much you can
number
do
1
about it.
by a mile.
I mean, our personal list would all be different anyway. This is just a
Awesome.
majority rule list. It doesn't really mean a whole lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, outside of just kind of doing like averages of who votes what, I think it's pretty important to put each of our favorite game in the top 4. So, I mean, at least if you get in the top 4, it's at least relatively fair. Like, just because you liked it so much, even if we start agreeing other games are better than it, I still think your game should have some weight to hang in the top 4. You know what I mean? Like, indefinitely.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
So I'll agree to that, but I'm just saying right now, going forward, anybody tries to put anything above Ninja Turtles going forward at all, I'm going to fight like hell to not let that happen.
That's fair. I mean, to lock in the top
That's
4, I
alright.
think you have a strong fight to keep it in the top 4 forever.
Top 3. No. 3. It ain't going below
wait.
3.
What if all 3 of us have a favorite game too? Who's to say yours is better than our favorite game? That's what I'm saying. Because there are 4
Physical
people
altercation. I will throw hands.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Whoever gets the most votes, man, that's all.
No,
That's how it
but
goes.
no. You're the jujitsu guy. This is a stand-up fight. I'm not going to the ground with you. Nah, I would never fight my boys.
I'm going on record right now. Vamp's my favorite. Put it up
Oh,
there.
no.
Oh no.
No.
That's it, Kyle. I'm going my
He's
way,
throwing
brother.
this
We're
whole
throwing
thing.
hands.
Oh no!
Nah,
He threw a
I
wrench
wouldn't.
in everything.
I would never fight my boys. I'm just saying, man. If anyone tries to put anything above turtles going forward, I'm definitely pushing back
He's
on
blocking that. He's gonna veto that.
big time.
That's fair. We'll go with that for now. Then Alien Syndrome 1, Squawkers at 2, Turtles at 3, Mega Twins at
Yep.
4.
Yep, I like it.
All right. I mean, like I always say this, but there's always room for a re-ranking. We can always revisit this on
Yeah, we
another
just did it.
episode. Oh
We
yeah,
kinda
yeah.
just did.
We did. But I mean, eventually you could always adjust it again.
So speaking of Boogie Wings and Metal Slug going up, right?
No, not above Mazinger. No.
Oh.
I don't even remember. I honestly don't even remember anymore between those three which one I like the most and the least. That's all just in the past now.
That was so not Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
More like Cowabummer, bro.
Sad cowabunga noises.
I think that's our longest ranking session yet. So let's cut it off there and let's move into trivia, Jordan.
All right, I'm just trying to recover from the emotional turmoil here really quick. Feel betrayed, boys, but I mean, it is what it is. Everybody has their own opinion, whether it's right or wrong, and yours is wrong, but that's okay. It's time for trivia, boys. And the score overall right now, Mr. Skylar's in the lead with 18 correct questions, and tied for second and third, Kyle and Brad have 13 correct. Question number 1. Konami acquired the license for the TMNT franchise around the same time the animated series began airing in what year? A. 1986, B. 1987, C. 1988.
I'm gonna say 87.
I am also saying 87.
I don't want to jump on the bandwagon, but I think I'm going 87.
All right, I guess all three of you can have the correct answer then. 1987.
Yeah, boy, my birth year, Turtles. What's up?
Oh man, you are old.
That's
I
right.
was born a turtle.
I grew up with them boys. Man, Leonardo lived right down the block.
Grew up with them and you couldn't even put them at number 1. Number 2, the NES port of the game features product advertising for what pizza chain? A. Pizza Hut, B. Domino's, C. Little Caesars.
I'm gonna say Pizza Hut.
I feel like it might have been the Hut. Yeah, we'll go Pizza Hut.
Okay.
Oh, it's 100% Pizza Hut.
It is 100% Pizza Hut. I was hoping you guys would say Domino's because don't they eat Domino's in like one of the shows or movies or something?
I
feel
think
like
the
they
first
might.
movie.
Yeah, I think
they
so.
might.
I was hoping you guys would go for the Domino's, but yeah, it's Pizza Hut. My personal favorite, but that's just me.
I remember because it was just recently. Remember, Jordan? I sent a picture because I got Pizza Hut and they had the turtles on it.
Yeah, they were doing that promotion not long ago.
Yeah, those
So
boxes,
they're like
that
still
was
doing
cool.
that. Yeah.
Also, little fun fact to go with this question. I believe if I read this correctly, I believe the game came, the NES port of the game came with a Pizza Hut coupon that expired in December of 1991 or something like that. I think
Let's get a free pizza with your game.
get a free pizza with the game, baby. You know.
That's awesome.
All right. You guys are all tied up for this week right now, so let's go into question number 3 and see if we can break it. By May 1990, Konami had already sold how many TMNT cabinets in America and Europe combined? A. 20,000, B. 25,000, C. 30,000.
I'm just gonna say C, the highest one.
Okay.
I'll go with 25,000.
I don't know what I was expecting when you were reading these numbers, but I didn't think it was going to be that high to begin with.
Good game, man.
Yeah, I'm going to go 25,000.
Correct answer is 25,000.
Oh,
So for this week,
nice.
Kyle and Brad with 3 correct. Good job, boys. And Sky with 2 correct, bringing the updated scores. Sky still in the lead with 20. Kyle and Brad have 16.
Turtle power.
Very good job today, boys. Turtle power indeed. I'm very proud of you all.
We have all joined the Turtle Club.
Yeah. Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club? I never even watched that movie. I just know that line.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never seen
I think
that.
90% of people just know that.
No one's ever watched that movie. They just know the Turtle Club.
That was like the trailer or something.
Turtle.
I don't even remember what movie it is. I just know that scene.
Master of Disguise.
Okay.
Man, I just remember it was Dana Carvey.
Yep. Terrible rated movie from what I've seen. Anyway, Before I sign off, this is your last chance, boys. Any other final words you'd like to give about this game or the Ninja Turtles in general, really?
I think some of the turtle movies. Actually, I think isn't there a new turtle movie? Like I don't want to say live action.
I hope not. The live action ones were weird.
I don't know. Like, there's a new one. I think I can't remember if it was actually a real movie being made or if it was like a fan made thing. But it looked like it. I just remember like the sort of a trailer to it, and it looked like really good. It was like graphic.
Yeah, there's like the Michael Bay ones or whatever, isn't it? There's 2 of them out.
Yeah, they have those, but I thought there was another one that like wasn't released, and I couldn't remember if it was like an actual real one that was coming out or if someone was like making one themselves. But
This is a quick spoiler warning. We briefly discussed the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. I'll have some music once that stops and our conversation's going to begin. So if you don't want to hear that, just skip ahead about 2.5 minutes and you should be clear.
Isn't there like a relatively new, I think, comic, The Last Ronin? It's like 3 of them are dead and there's only 1 left, and he uses all of their weapons. Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah,
like
'cause it's
like
Raph,
3 of
right?
them. I don't remember. I forget.
The last turtle alive?
yeah, I think the last
Yeah,
turtle lies.
3 of them are
Raph.
dead, and he uses all of their weapons.
Oh, spoiler alert for anybody. It's Michelangelo.
Yeah, I was going to say, I might drop
okay.
spoiler, but I believe it was Mikey.
Was it Mikey?
I read that somewhere. Yeah, somehow, dude, Mikey's the last guy left.
Dang.
Lost all of his bros.
I swear
Maybe
what
put
the trailer I watched.
sooner in there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I swear it was Raph. It was alive because I remember him being like. I guess when you see it, it's like dark, or at least the scene that I watched, it was like a dark scene. I was like, couldn't tell what color his thing was, but
Yeah, it looks.
I
like
thought it
it's
was
like
Raph because
black or
he looked like
something.
really big, and Raph's like the biggest one, and he would be like the one that you would probably be the most afraid of to be like angry.
Yeah, he was always like the hothead.
Yeah, and I thought it was him. Like the other 3 turtles were dead, and it was like him as the biggest, angriest turtle with all their weapons. But either way,
Kind of sucks if Mikey was like the most laid back, chill kind of turtle.
Yeah, that's an interesting take on it. They take like the most goofy one and make him the one that survives, so it's probably pretty crazy.
Now he's like super serious and stuff.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool.
They're making a game on that too, I believe. So I don't know like what style game it is, but they're coming out with like a current gen game on The Last Ronin.
actually, it makes sense now that I think about it because Mikey was like the most chilled, but like so you never really see him get that mad. So I bet when he does get mad, it's like the worst.
Dude, he's probably crazy.
It's like when we used to torture Brad. Like he was pretty chill, but when he got mad, like you'd leave the house. He couldn't even be in the house anymore.
You come back in, you go outside, skate for like 3 hours, come back in the house to get a drink, and Brad's still ready to fight.
Yeah.
Dude,
You had to
that
wait.
was like 3 hours ago. Come on.
You couldn't
bro.
get back in until you seen Mom's car. You had to make sure Mom was home before you could come back home.
I have no idea what's going on.
That whole house is a danger zone, man.
Actually, now Brad was kind of like Mikey too, because he was using all of our weapons, dude. He'd be using our shoes and our skateboards and everything.
Oh, man. I got a question for Jordan. I'm hitting Jordan with a trivia question right now.
Okay, cool. Hit me.
All right, Jordan, I'm just a real quick one. What was Master Splinter's real name? Was it A, Hamato Yoshi, or B, Oroku Saki?
I'm gonna be 100% honest, man. I don't know. Like I've definitely seen it before, but like maybe like one time. Like I said, I wasn't a big enough Ninja Turtle fan to really know the answer. So give me the options again, and I'll just pick one.
A is Hamato Yoshi, and B is Oroku Saki.
Wait, can I give him one more hint?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a
Wait, I think I'm correct though. Hopefully I'm correct, or else I just look dumb. But I'm pretty sure this is a 50-50. One of them is Splinter's
is.
name, and the other one is actually Shredder's real name.
That's
Well,
true.
that's not gonna help much.
Okay.
Well, so you're saying which one is Splinter?
Yeah, which one is Splinter's name?
Yoshi.
That's it. That is correct.
You got it.
I did it!
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm 100% on trivia. Let's go.
So now we have Jordan in the lead with one.
In first place with 100% accuracy.
Only one that answered everything correct so far.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, suckers? I'm the best here. It's funny too because I was definitely gonna say the other one like the entire time until the last second. I'm like, nope, flip, let's go for it. This is gonna be a long one, and I'm very happy personally that this is the long one because I had so much fun talking about this game, man. It brings so much nostalgia and joy back into my heart to be talking about this game. The second Brad said he wanted to start an arcade podcast, I immediately knew, cannot wait until we play Turtles and talk about it, man, because I'm going to have the best time. And I did, as you can see by the fact this is like our longest podcast yet.
Yeah.
So thank you, boys, for having fun with me here tonight. But we're going to close it out because it is a long one. So next time on Arcadiology, we have Dungeons and Dragons Tower of Doom. You can follow us on social media, pretty much all of them, at Arcadiology. You know, the Twitters and the Facebooks and the TikToks. I'm still not calling it X. I'm going to say that every week. I would never call it X. You can send us questions at arcadiologyquestions@gmail.com. I'm assuming we don't have any yet because Brad didn't say anything about it. But you should definitely do that because I would love to read some on the air. Or leave us a 5-star review because I might read those too if you're not out of pocket with it. Say goodbye to everybody.
Cowabunga!